Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Last week I did a haul from BeebeeCraft showing you what all I got, and I told you to be on the lookout for a video using the product. But the first thing I want to show you is that this case here with all the beads in it. I love these beads, they are beautiful. I made, to experiment first, I made this bracelet, just a small bracelet. Let's see if I can get the light on here. It looks so much prettier in person. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. These are like a 1/2 millimeter and these are 1 millimeter. So the next size I'm going to go up to are, let's see, this one and then this one. I may go this one and this one. Let's see. The biggest thing is to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But it's a fun way to do things. I mean, you lay it down onto your template or whatever you're going to use and lay down a pattern and you can fix it before you put it together. And I really, really do like the way this came out. I mean, it's so much prettier in person. It's not showing all the sparkle to it. So let's see what we got here. I may do this one, the 3 sizes together, or those are really hard to hold on to because they're so little for my hands. Now, if I want a 7-inch bracelet, sometimes I go ahead and go with a 7.5. Now, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to see how this goes first. And this is what I like about these trays, is that you can experiment on them and see how they do. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I think I missed what I wanted. Okay, let's start this up. Oh no, yeah, that's right. That one, and that one. Okay. Then I'm going to do a big one, and the smaller one again, and then the spacer. Oh, excuse my thumb, I have nerve damage from my chemotherapy and radiation treatments, and it's really hard to work with things sometimes. So what I'm doing here is putting 1 millimeter, the 1/10 of a millimeter, and then the rondelle, which looks like about the same size as that pearl right there. So these are acrylics, but they are just simply gorgeous. I love them. So what I forgot to tell you, what you need is elastic, clear preferably. You need the beads, of course, and I use this bead stopper so I don't lose my beads on the other end. And if you have it, a tray. Okay. So I'm going to continue doing this. I'll put it in fast speed. If I don't get myself confused here. I do that sometimes. Okay, now if I see I have an off section at the end there in the beginning, I will go ahead and add the next in line beads anyway, because usually it doesn't come out the same size as you want it anyway, because you have to tie it, and sometimes I tie it a little too tight. But we're going to see how I do on this one. And I think I love the colors. I can't get over the colors. I'm not one who does a lot of pink stuff, although I love pink. But the pink and green and the white look awesome together. Just beautiful. So let me get ready to get this strung. Also, what you're going to need is some jewelry glue. I got some B7000 here, which is supposed to be good for jewelry. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'll show you why when we get to that point. So I'm going to put the big bead on first, then the smaller bead. I'm not, sorry, I was out of camera. Big bead, smaller bead, and then the spacer. It's been so long since I've done some real recording. Big bead, smaller bead, if you want to, you can use a needle. It's got to be thin enough, and yet the eye hole has to be big enough to get your material through, like if you use elastic cording or wire, or whatever it is you use. But I usually just take it with my hands and do it. Big little spacer, big little spacer, yep. Okay, I'll turn this as I go. Big, smaller. Oh, where are you? Sometimes those holes want to hide from me. And then the spacer. Okay, now I'm going to do the rest of this off camera. You know, you just bead it on just like you've got here, and whatever design you want, it's up to you. So, but I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got this beaded on my string here, and I'm going to cut right there. I should have enough for another one. This is how you normally do a tie on the elastic thread. You do right thread over the left, pull it, and then you do the left over the right, and I think that's called a square knot, and then you pull it as tight as possible. What I usually do is use my E6000, and I don't know why it's doing that noise. Hang on just a minute. I don't know why it's making that noise. Thought I had it all figured out, but apparently not. Okay, I had to stop there for a minute and see if I could get rid of that pinging noise. And now I've lost my little... I usually do not cut it first because I like to let it dry once I add glue to it overnight. And I lost that piece. You don't have to glue it, but I like to glue it just to give it some extra strength to it. So I just take it and put the glue right on top of that knot, and I put glue in here, and then I put glue in the hole here. Then I kind of press them together. I want to measure this one. They look pretty good to the same size of it. So I press them together. And then I'm going to take it and lay it on here for a minute. See how it does. It looks good. Okay. But normally I do not cut it first. So I'm going to lay it over there and let it dry overnight. And the sizes are good. So we're going to do this again. Okay, now I'm going to take the biggest beads now, and the next to the biggest. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to do like I did before, put a bigger bead and a small bead. And the only reason I did 3 small ones here because they are small, and I thought that would look pretty and give it more fullness. So we're going to do this, big, small. So what I'm going to be doing is big one, smaller one, and then the spacer, and go all the way around. So I'll be back. Okay, now I've got these beads all in the circle ready to go, and I'm going to take, again, my clear elastic thread, and I'm going to start, you can start just about anywhere, but you can start at, say, the bigger bead first. Yeah, if I can get it in the hole, there it is. And remember to put your bead stopper on, if you have one. It's a good thing to invest in, believe me. And then put your smaller bead in. And then your spacer. Big bead. I'm probably not showing it again. I've got to readjust everything since I've been away from crafting for a while. It's kind of trying to get back into it. It's not as easy as I wish it was. Now I'm just going to put some glue on that and let that dry. And put it on the bead too. Okay. I love the fine tip on there. Alrighty. I think I've got it. And I've got these 3 beads right here, the bracelets right there. And those are going to be put together as a unit. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to put the 3 bracelets together. And I'm going to tie a bow in it, and they'll be given to someone. Now, you don't keep the bow in it when you wear them, but that's what I'm going to do. That's what they're there for. So, at the end, you will see a picture of them together, and we'll be able to see what they look like. And they can be worn separately, or they can be worn together. Either way, you can give them as gifts to 3 people or 1 person. You know, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So, now remember there is a discount code in there at the description box of Jeannie10 for 10% off your total order. And I think that's great. These are beautiful, beautiful pieces. And next time I'll be working on another project. So be sure to keep your eyes out for that. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will be back. Bye for now. Many blessings.